the lightest class of all, the women's 48 kilos. 7 competitors, and alongside myself, David Goldstrom, Commonwealth Games champion Michaela Breeze. Michaela, good little competitive class to start with.
It certainly is. We've got great competition lined up, and it's going to be very, very competitive. All the numbers are close.
So let's meet the athletes. There they are. They've weighed in, but of course, Michaela, body weight not so significant these days.
No, that's right. The body weights are only relevant to make sure the lifters are in the right categories. Thereafter, it's quite simply the lifter who achieves the weight first will take the lead.
So those are the names. Momentarily, we'll meet them in person. This is Daniela Pandova, 23 years of age, from Bulgaria, and she, Junior European Championship, 6th there. Jenny Katerina Pagliaro, she is the most experienced, as you can see from the 2 European Championships that she's won. Nourin Ghulam represents Great Britain. She's very much part of the new development squad for Great Britain. And next here is Elena Andries for the host country, 6th at the recent 2017 World Championships over in America. Michel, this is Anaïs Michel, the reigning and defending European champion from last year in Croatia. And this is Agnieszka Zachary from Poland, 7th in last year's edition of the Europeans in Split. And completing the field, the younger sister of Jenny Pagliaro week here. So it's possible that 1 or 2 youth records might come into play as well. So the first athlete coming into view, Nourin Ghulam for Great Britain.
Okay, time 65 kilograms. Weight on the stage. Nourin Ghulam, Great Britain, first attempt.
So once again, a very warm welcome to you all. Michaela Breeze together with myself, David Goldstrom. The first of 16 categories to be decided at this year's European Championships in Romania. First onto the platform here, and this is Nourin Ghulam for Great Britain. 65 kilos her first attempt, and quite an occasion for her, Michaela.
It most certainly is. She's been looking forward to competing here. Her goal was this year to step foot onto a Commonwealth platform. Just got pipped at the post by another English lifter, so has to be content with the Europeans this time round. Just come down to 48 kilo body weight last year.
Looks good. Nice start.
And a very solid opening attempt. She originally posted 63 as her opener, but has moved that up to 65, so clearly things have been going well in the warm-up room.
And you might have noticed there that that puts her into rank number 2, and that's because there was a B group earlier in the day, and Surya Sundqvist of Sweden actually snatched 71 kilos, so that's the target to beat at the moment, to overpass the performances from the B group earlier in the afternoon. And now Poland. Agnieszka Zacharek, same weight for her opener. Straightforward. I mean, kind of just a moment, I think, since the first 2 lifters have taken the same weight, just to underline the rule change of a year or 2 ago. No longer body weight determining positions, but who gets there first.
That's right. We've got 2 lifters right now on the same weight. Both lifters that we've seen so far on 65 kilos, but Nourin of Great Britain goes ahead of those 2 based on the fact she lifted the weight first. But as you said, 71 snatch from the B group. We're going to be a few minutes away before we surpass that.
Agnieszka, who was 7th in the European Championships, you're looking at Nourin there. So, interesting. Funnily enough, she's going to get, I think this is Nourin's going to get more promotion, publicity and visibility back home than possibly some of the Commonwealth athletes.
Well, she deserves a place here on this platform, and she's got big targets in mind at these championships. Currently studying at Bournemouth University, programmes herself, is coached by Stuart Martin. She has got her sights firmly set on a British record.
She's quite ambitious, isn't she?
Well, she is, and quite rightly so. You've got to have that level of self-belief of confidence to come out here onto a big senior platform. And just looking now, she's been called, Noreen has been called on 68. This, if successful, which I'm fingers crossed for her, would be a new British under-23 snatch record, currently held by Hannah Powell.
Yeah, this is a nice increase, isn't it? 3 kilos, so little push.
The first attempt would look very, very solid.
Biggest platform she's ever been on. Television lights, everything. But just hope that she relishes this. That's the 30-second buzzer you heard.
All needs to stand still. Can't quite hold it. What a shame.
Yeah, their hips went back, which we'll see from the side shot. And yeah, another attempt to come, though.
Yeah, she doesn't look phased by this kind of platform. But here we'll see, lifted the backside a little as she came off the floor. That sent her onto her toes. A side angle would be great to see from if we could. Yeah. Overhead shot doesn't give us much.
Yeah.
But for the fact the elbows were under some strain.
And straight on here at the same weight again. This is Agnieszka Zajalek for Poland. Second attempt. And this is very much within her range. I mean, she actually completed 70 kilos last year on our way to 7th place. So I'd actually be looking for a little bit more this time.
She's had some big weights overhead, has come down from the 53 category. And that was a good second attempt.
Very much a new generation of young Polish women.
There's very much a new generation of lifters across the board. Looking at the lifters that are entered here at these championships, there are so many names that I'm not familiar with, and so many youngsters who have, like you alluded to earlier, come through the youth and junior ranks.
So she sits down, and now Nurin straight on now to try and make this British record. So this is a British under-23 record, Michaela?
Yeah, British under-23 record. In many ways, she's got something to prove here. Just pipped to the post for Commonwealth Games. Kelly Jo Robson will be competing next week at the Commonwealths. And here, Noreen is trying to set the standard and give us something to aim for.
Locks on, 30-second buzzer. Plenty of time.
Oh, dear me, just runs out of platform. A little bit sluggish through the middle part of the lift, and that has cost her. If we see the replay, ideally from the side, you'll see there's no real explosion, no change in tempo when the bar gets to mid-thigh. That's where all the power is generated. You see here, it's just all one speed. Good extension, but there's not the spark that she needed. Pulls her onto her toes, and she has to stay on the platform for the lift to be successful. Just runs out of room.
But she does have the first lift, so a total is still possible, but a bit of a setback.
Yeah, she would have been hoping for that. Clearly capable.
So now we move to Bulgaria. Daniela Pandova. Daniela went to the World Championships in California, snatched 69 kilos, but didn't get a good clean and jerk, so never got a total.
Ooh, what do you think, David? Oof. I'm not sure. To me, there was movement in her right elbow.
Got to see that from the front. Maybe a real close-up of the front there, just to see the arms.
Well, she's been given it 3 white lights. Good lift for Daniela Pandova of
Yeah, we need to see this from the front, actually.
Or maybe it was wrist movement. Looking at the replay there, I would like to see that, though, from the front. Oh, I don't know.
Well, she's got 3 white lights, and now for the first of the Pagliaro sisters, the older sister here, Jenny, 29 years of age. She's very much the senior of the class. Twice a senior European champion, an under-23 champion, opening up here on 70 kilos. That's pretty conservative when you've got a personal best of 85.
It is, and a younger sister has gone up in terms of starting weight, hence why Jenny is out first. Well, perfect levers for weightlifting. Pocket rocket underneath the bar. Great opening attempt. But as you said, very conservative.
Yeah, the sisters live about 100 kilometers from Palermo in Sicily. Jenny's had a great career, actually, but once or twice, you know, she's had these dips in form. She was quite an emotional youngster, and that really didn't help her. She sort of lost her way. And as you'll tell us many times, Michaela, mind and body have got to come together here.
Yeah, absolutely. Harmonising is the key.
Younger sister now, 70 kilos. Interesting little challenge going on here. Remember that B group? Still 71 kilos, the lead.
Now, very, very tidy. No problems at all, and doesn't she look confident? Oozing confidence just in the manner she's walking off the platform.
Yeah, and she's got a personal best of 73 kilos in this phase, so I can imagine her actually getting a PB.
Yeah, and there's not much wrong with that. Very quick under the bar. Like her sister, very good levers. Short in the arms and legs, long in the back. Opening attempt successful.
Nice, nice. So, now this is still below the B group effort of the Swedish woman, Sofia Sundqvist. Two athletes still to start, though. Bear that in mind. The defending champion from France and the local hometown favourite.
Oh, I don't know if she holds it. Movement in her right elbow, was never going to get that.
Well, be good to see that from both sides, you know, front and side there, to just have a look at that.
Yeah, a bit disappointed. You can see it in her face. She was hoping for this lift. Watch the left arm as we look at it. Movement in the elbow, but couldn't hold it. Going behind.
And already on her way, Pandova. Apart from Jenny, these are all Jenny and Anise Michelle, who's 30. The rest are really at the beginnings, really, of their career.
Well, that's better. Tremendous leg strength to stand.
Yeah, that takes her up to 71 kilos, which puts her equal with on kilos, but actually not into first place, because Sofia Sundqvist actually got 71 kilos in the B group.
That's right, and no doubt she's here watching anxiously as these A category lifters take to the stage.
Yeah, she was a bit unlucky. We had a bit of a local power blackout in the middle of the B group competition. And not funny if you've got a bar over your head when the lights go out.
No, the lifters did well to pull through and remain focused.
So Pandova at the moment just resting, and the bar going to 73. So if Jenny Pagliaro, who should lift this, it's so within her compass. If she does, then she will be the leader in the snatch phase of the women's 48.
Yes, as you said earlier, David, a best of 88 kilos. This is way down. So very, very capable of this. The question is, does she believe it?
She's been competing now internationally for some 15 years. So basically half her lifetime.
Well, it's there, a bit short on the extension, but that will do, thank you very much.
Yeah. And that's going to put her right up into first place. So at the moment, the board showing Pandova in second place, but actually I think she is in third place technically. And now whatever you can do, sis, now I'll come out and try and do it again. But of course, if she does lift this, she will only go second because Jenny actually gets there first.
The lifters at this stage won't be too fussed about the overall placings on the snatch. They'll be looking for 3 consecutive lifts to build on a good solid total. Ooh, just jump back from it. You can see from the side, we'll see that she just whips the shoulders back and leaves the bar out in front. It's a setback.
She's on a personal best mark, though.
She is, and it's nice to see lifters stepping onto the big platforms and having a go at the weights. She still looks focused. I can't see much from this angle. You can see she jumps backwards. It's the side that we need.
Yeah.
We come back to Alessandra Pagliaro, Italy, 73 kilograms on the bar. Third attempt and only 1 minute.
We almost have 2 battles going on here. One looks like it's for the bronze overall. We still have 2 lifters yet to join the party. Michelle Anais from France and Andries of Romania. In front of her home crowd, could she cause an upset?
74 kilograms, please.
Bar now looks like it's going up to 74 kilos.
Well, I think that's fair enough, because Alessandra, I think, is more than powerful enough to be able to lift 73 kilos, so I'm not bothered about that, to be honest. Well, considering she achieved 69 kilos in California, what was that, end of November, December? Now going for 74. This would be a good improvement.
Oh, she's lost it. You can just see the fight at the bottom, trying so desperately hard to hold on to it. It's not safe to do that. You do not want to be hanging on to a weight that's going backwards. Otherwise, we risk the elbows and shoulders going bang. Kicking herself for this one.
Yeah, we need to see this from the side, actually, from the... we've got a super slow motion camera here, and that would show that much better than what you've just seen there.
There we go, you mentioned it. Good extension, good flow, good speed under the bar, but when it's going backwards, very little room for error. I think if my knees did that, I might be calling for an ambulance.
The state of play there, not too many lifts left, as you can see. But Jenny with 1, Alessandra with 1, but these 2 women have yet to start.
Right on the money now for Alessandra Pagliaro. Yeah. This would be a personal best attempt. The last one was so close.
No, she's very conscious of it. Just mentally strengthening. She knows exactly what to do here. But 10 seconds left. 5.
It's there. Great lifting from the young Italian.
Good, and a little bit of fire in the belly at the end there, which is always good to see.
And that's what we want to see, because we see it means something to these girls. You know, they work hard for this moment, and to come out on a big platform and hit a personal best, what more can you ask?
Yeah, Mikhail, to get ready for this competition, how many months before will she be preparing for this moment?
Well, she should have had this moment in mind probably since the last Europeans. Although a training cycle would be somewhere between 8 to 12 weeks building up to this, that would be the last cycle. There would have been several other cycles before that, and all would have been building to this moment.
So Romania and Elena Andries, 6th in the world last year, 3rd in Europe, behind the champion, who's yet to start.
Drifted onto her toes as soon as she came off the floor, but look at the strength. Tremendously strong all over. These young girls are seriously athletic.
Yeah, good speed and a lot of fire here. It's amazing, actually, the speed of a snatch, even when you look at it in slow motion replay.
Yeah, having the eye to spot what goes wrong is I guess, a bit of an art.
So Big Sister comes on now. Romania have the advantage. Younger sister's now in second place. Jenny's down to third.
This is for a shot at a medal.
But it is the last shot.
Oh, goodness me, she's going to be kicking herself. Left back on 73 kilos, she will not be happy.
Yes, and it now becomes very relevant because Anaïs Michel, yet to start, could push her off the podium. And that's Jenny Pagliaro.
Yeah, and younger sister takes victory in the snatcher out of the two of them. So a lot of pride at stake here. Just two lifters now remaining in this competition.
Yeah, Alessandro is actually 9 years junior to her sister. So through all those formative years, she's been watching her sister, you know, hoover up a lot of titles. Great junior champion, great under-23 champion, Jenny. But you sense there's not anywhere really for her to go now.
Hanging on.
Now, Anaïs Michel for France, the defending champion, European champion. 80 kilos is what she lifted on her way to the title 12 months ago in Croatia.
Oh, very army as she came off the floor. She looks over to the coach as if to say, what just happened? Well, my dear, quite simply, you pulled that before it got to your knees. Out of position. It was a costly first attempt. Well, we couldn't see the arms from that angle, but the arm movement off the floor is what cost her. Put a swing on the bar. I tell you what, David, looking at the scoreboard and the weight, the body weights of these girls, while they're not relevant in terms of positioning, it just shows you how close pretty much all of these lifters are to the top of the category. You don't get to eat many sausage rolls in this group, that's for sure.
So that's the state of play at the moment. And Andrew's very much with the edge now. And inevitably, Anaïs is going to have to come out and follow herself. We're
backstage now in the warm-up room. Some of the lifters are just chilling out, biding their time, ready before they warm up for the clean and jerk.
It's a very interesting little centre here. This is actually Romania's Olympic training centre. And if you're wondering why we're not in the heart of the city, well, it's very simple. Around about the 25th of January, there or thereabouts, Albania, who were supposed to host the championships, withdrew. And basically everything that you see here has been designed, constructed within the space of 7 weeks. And the Romanian Federation, they were gutsy to take on the challenge, but boy, have they stuck to the task. But there's a few people who've had barely any sleep, seriously, for 7 weeks, pulling this all together.
Well, it's a big task to host a huge championship like this, and the atmosphere here really is great. You know, everything's nice and close to the platform. The lifters will sense that atmosphere and hopefully give them the lift they need.
Yeah, you said to me before we started, actually, that if you were lifting, this is the relationship you'd really like.
I much prefer this when you're in the mix, when you've got people right around you. You don't want a crowd that's miles away.
So, France, second attempt, 78 kilos, important.
Well, it was better, more controlled off the floor, still has to work hard to stand.
But she does, and she gets the feet in line, which is another requirement. And that 78 kilos now puts her into first place. But it's cost her 2 of her 3 lives.
Yeah, we take a look now, and the arms are bending as the bar passes the knees. It's that whipping, the movement of the bar overhead that's causing her trouble. You can see she wanted that one. Still 1 attempt remaining.
So we're into really a duel situation here, because Elena Ramona Andres, to give her full title, would be a great way for the Romanians to start these championships. Central referee just pointing out that actually one of the weights wasn't correctly fixed. And of course that does make it easier also for the referees than everybody to make sure that technically everything is correct. She's got plenty of time, taking the bar back but didn't need to walk forward.
No, not as convincing as the opening attempt that we saw. Just sits in quite deep, a little soft at the bottom. Working now on her limit today.
Yeah, she's come up to her personal best, 79 kilos, but that kilo is all she needed to actually get into first place.
Yeah, that's right, and I'd expect now for Michelle Annaise of France just to go another kilo more. She doesn't need to go crazy here. This is all about the medals at this end.
Your observation being that they're pretty close to the edge, both of them. Both could succeed, but both could fail.
Absolutely, and right now it's literally about getting that 1 kilo ahead.
So basically, when Annaise comes out for 80 kilos, she keeps the competition alive. If, however, she misses this third attempt, then the gold medal in the snatch will go to the Romanian, who is already that 1 kilo ahead. So we know the gold medal is either going to go to Romania or France. This is the defending champion. Champions often rise to the occasion. Let's hope that's the case here. So we take it to the very last lift. 20 seconds, so time is not a problem at the moment. Locks on. And the snatch gold medal goes to the Romanian, Elena Andres, backstage. She has won the first gold medal of these 2018 European Championships, and she has 1 lift remaining now. Let's have a look at the mistake first.
Yeah, it's all arms from mid, about the knee to mid-thigh. She's just trying to lift it with her upper body. I'm afraid it's technical errors that have cost her on this occasion.
So the 30-year-old Frenchwoman gives way to the 23-year-old Romanian, and Elena, 79 kilos is what she listed in Anaheim in America at the Worlds, which was a contribution to finishing 6th, which is not bad in the world ranking, actually.
No, it's not. And if you look here, she's only taken a kilo more than her previous lift. Why? Because it's all about those 1 kilos, just trying to get a tiny bit further into the lead.
Well, there you are. She's still got the gold medal because she was a kilo ahead of Michelle. And as we said, it could have been 2 good successful attempts. It could have been 2 failures.
It could, and we'll see in the second half of the competition how costly that was, because looking at the starting weights posted for the clean and jerk, there's 2 kilos in it between these 2 lifters, and she has the lesser of the 2. So, all to play for.
The 10-minute countdown for the women to prepare for the clean and jerk is already underway, but the gold medal in the snatch phase, Elena Ramona Andres, the Romanian here, gets the first gold for the host country. Annaise Michel for France takes silver, and just having a look at that there. Not sure that's can't be right, can it? And weightlifting championships, and just a reminder of where we are at the halfway stage. It's Elena Ramona Andres of Romania, who has 79 kilos and has got the gold medal. And she has a 1 kilo advantage over the defending champion, Annaise Michel of France, who only managed 78. And the younger of the 2 Italian sisters, Alessandra Pagliaro, with 74 kilos, which is a personal best. She took the bronze in the snatch phase. Now, all those kilos carried forward as we now see Nurin Gulam. 2 failures, 1 success. So she'll be hoping for better things, I think, Michaela, now in the clean and jerk, where she can lift heavier weights.
She can, and she's just shown that the warm-up's gone fairly well, has increased her opening attempt up to 80 kilos that we're about to see. Stand strong, big adjustment of the hands, ready for the jerk. Good drive to arm's length, needs to stand still. Was there movement in her right arm? What do the referees think? Well, they failed it. They've seen it as well.
So we'll have a close-up view head on to have a look at this. Here we go.
Yeah, and we see the clean was no problem at all. Big adjustment. The reason the hands have gone wider means there's now less distance for the bar to travel. But watch the left arm as we see it, her right arm, big movement in the elbow, and that's why the referees have failed the lift.
So I think the way the opening weights are going here, I think Nurin is going to have to follow herself, which means 2 minutes. Be interesting to see one or two of the, shall we say, the favourites warming up, see what stage they're at. You know, the likes of Elena Andres.
Well, that's right. I think we're going to see Nurin come out here and absolutely smash her second attempt. She looks very focused. Just 2 minutes to recover. Isn't long. You can see she's still catching her breath.
Sister by sister. One certainly happier than the others.
And they're both due to come out almost next, so it looks like they are waiting just off the stage, ready to be called. Maybe one attempt left in warm-up. Sometimes when a lifter who is going before you misses a lift, it can throw your warm-up out. That was 80 kilos on the bar for Alessandra.
Nurin now, well, she's got to do this now because you don't want to leave it to the third attempt to try and save the day and not get a total. A total is really important here for her. This is a big occasion, biggest occasion she would have experienced so far, so 80 kilos again. This is to go with the 65 that she successfully lifted in the first phase of the competition.
Well, again, no problems with the clean.
Arms out just to make the journey overhead that little bit shorter.
This time, no mistake. Overhead, nice and solid. Well,
yeah, and that gives her a total of 145 kilos. Now, just at this moment in time, you can see she says rank 3 there. That's because two of the young women in the B group earlier today, Maria Pepilaradu of Greece and also Soria Sundqvist of Sweden, they totaled up 149. And Soria actually from the B group, like Maria from Greece, 152 kilos. So at the moment 152 kilos is the target to surpass for the overall medal.
Well, it looks like Nurin is going up from 82. Is she going to go up to 83? I think she wants 84. 83 is the British record that I was chatting to her about at the start of the competition, so I'm guessing she wants 84. What will the coaches let her do? And she is following herself, so this does hold up the competition and slow things down for everyone else. Alessandra is striding. She's ready. As soon as she's called, she's ready to go.
Yeah, everybody else actually is just waiting for this to happen, really. It's rather stalled the warm-up process.
Well, it has, and quite rightly so. Nurin, or the coaching staff, are playing the game a little here. They've increased the weight now to 83. This means that the clock has to be stopped. It buys her a little more time, and when you're following yourself, every few seconds are important.
And again, just to reiterate the rule, whoever gets to a particular weight first, whether it happens to be in this A group final or indeed in a B group, whoever gets there first gets the higher ranking position.
Yeah, and that's happened here. That's been illustrated quite nicely. We had the lifter from Sweden in the B group snatching 71 kilos on a third attempt. And in the A group, we had the Bulgarian Pandova also snatched 71, but on a second attempt. And had they been in the same competition, the Bulgarian would have taken the lead. But on this occasion, the B group, well, they lifted a few hours ago, so that was when it was done first.
I thought at one time that with all the elite athletes from British weightlifting going to the Gold Coast, that we wouldn't have any British athletes, but I think it's really good that they've taken the opportunity to bring some of the development squad here.
Provides an opportunity for some of these young lifters to step foot on a big stage. Well, let's see what Nurin can do. 83 kilos to equal the British under-23 record.
Come on.
Oh, sticking point.
But she's got it on her shoulders. One big effort. Believe and execute. Well, the hips went back, the bar was front.
Well, not to be today. Not a competition that she will rank highly in her memories, but it was her first opportunity to compete on a big stage. She'll look back and reflect, and I'm sure we're going to see her come back better and stronger in the future. Clean just took so much out of her. Bar sitting heavy on the windpipe.
Alessandra Pagliaro, first attempt, 84 kilos, so the younger sister, already the bronze medalist.
Wow, tremendous leg strength to stand with such ease. No messing around, straight to overhead. In some ways, rushed it a little. She may need to take her time with her future attempts. She's safely in the competition with 84.
Well, the Greek lifter from the B group earlier in the day, in the clean and jerk, she managed 84 kilos. So Pandova coming in at the halfway stage in 5th place, bringing forward 71 kilos, 85 on the bar for her.
Very dynamic underneath the bar. Times the jerk nicely, slightly in front, has good shoulder strength to stabilise.
Yeah, that's a nice progression, and she'll take a lot of confidence for that, because that's the discipline, the clean and jerk, where she ran into trouble in Anaheim, didn't make any of the 3, and so consequently didn't get a total. But this, you know, just a few months on, new year, best foot forward, and that's a good increase. Zacharek for Poland. Now bringing forward 68 kilos from the snatch.
She has to work very hard on her opening clean to stand. I'm assuming she has a very strong jerk.
No, not for me. No.
No, I think I would have failed that as well.
Yeah, press out.
Caught it on a bent arm and then straightened. It looked very, very soft.
We'll see this.
Have failed it.
We'll see this very clearly from the front.
So the clean, just see how hard she has to work. Keeps it moving at the bottom, that helps. The left arm, as we look at it, her right arm. The arm must go straight to, the bar must go straight to arm's length and stay there. Oh, it's very soft, isn't it? Well, do you know what she would be good to do is come out onto the platform next attempt and show the referees that her elbows don't lock, because did it move? I think she, looking at that on the replay, she caught it on a soft arm and kept it there. Debatable. Well, interestingly, now what's happened is Zacharek is the next lifter to be called, but she only gets 1 minute because another lifter has been called in between. That is what you call tough luck. This is a rule I'm not overly happy with. It just doesn't give the lifters a chance to fully recover. You can see already Zacharek having to prepare to come straight back out. Still out of breath, still blowing hard.
And only half a minute in which to correct the error.
Now, this is very, very tough. Can she stand?
Better.
Much better. Well, no mistake this time. That looks solid. She's going to be furious with that first attempt, but at least she's back in the competition.
Yeah, that gives Agnieszka a total of 153 kilos. But this was really much to do with how she achieved this.
It was the second attempt here was more positive, more determined, a different kind of mental approach, a different kind of mannerism in which she came onto the platform. And it's that guts and determination. And I tell you what, I won't listen to anybody who says that you don't need to be fit for Olympic lifting. These girls' heart rates will be right up to maximum on a maximum attempt, and she's had virtually no recovery time.
Those little notes from the coaches used to get them, didn't you? Things like, why are we here?
There's a number of times I think I've told the coaching staff where to go as well. They've been renowned for making mistakes at their end.
So, Alessandro, at the moment, the current leader with a total of 158. Successful at 84, 3 kilo increase here for the younger sister. Fine for me.
No problems at all. Looks like she's lifting within herself. Well, I have her best lift down as 88. So right on the money pretty much, but I think she's good for a 90 here. I'd like to see her have a go. Tremendous leg strength to stand with such ease. Fires the bar overhead, no problems at all.
Yeah, really good drive, and yeah, maybe just talk about the leg strength, because again, there's still people out there who think you do it all with your arms.
Oh, you know what? It drives me crazy. You don't need arms to be a lifter. All of the power comes not just from the quads, but the glutes. I'm just literally in the process of writing a blog on the importance of using the glutes. So many lifters don't.
So, Jenny, well, at her very, very best, this young woman lifted 106 kilos.
Well, no disrespect, but I'm not going to pass that. I wouldn't pass it. I saw movement in her right arm.
Absolutely. We'll see it from the front.
Well,
and 2-1. Central referee wasn't convinced. I think he was right.
Yeah, but the jury have put a stop on the competition straight away. I think they've been watching and they've seen it. To me, watching Jenny lifting here, she has just left her legs at home. There's no explosion in them. She's not using them fully. And
Tina Beit, the president of the jury, has brought the two referees, the outside referees, through, and they're now discussing it because according to the jury, they have to be unanimous, the jury, but they don't believe that was a good lift, and it's going to be changed, I'm pretty sure.
Well, they were very quick to step in immediately. As soon as the referee's decision came up, they said no.
I think
well, the cameras are on the referees. You wouldn't want to be the referee now, would you? Your time on TV, mate, well, I'm afraid it's not a good one. You got it wrong.
Yeah, and that lift is rejected. And again, a setback there for Jenny. First attempt fails. And really, she seems to be way off the condition that we would have expected her to turn up here. I'm a little concerned that she's on this stage, actually, because she's not doing herself justice.
No, and I think she's had big numbers in the past. She's won some big medals. She's got some great honours to her name, and she is just so far off where she was. Personally, I'm not sure why she's here.
So, Zacharek for Poland now. She's 8 kilos behind Pagliaro. This is now her third attempt at 89 kilos, so a 4 kilo increase. This would move her up into silver medal position for the total.
Oh dear.
And once again, the clean finds her out.
Well, often when I'm coaching, I talk about the speed off the floor is irrelevant, and it's the explosion, what happens when the bar hits mid-thigh. Well, here we see a lifter that's very, very slow off the floor. Quite simply, not that strong. But technically very efficient, just needs to work on those legs and back strength.
90 kilograms on the bar, please. We have the change, 90 kilograms.
So just at this moment, early days, Italy, Bulgaria, Poland, the overall 1-2-3, and Jenny puts the bar a kilo more at at 90 kilos than the failed first attempt.
Well, she's on a mission this time, David.
Oh, my goodness, she's really marching on. But, you know, this is what we need to see. Come on, it's serious business time.
That's better extension with the legs. This time drives the bar to arm's length, no mistakes.
Yeah, much better, and rightly gets 3 white lights.
90 kilograms still on the bar, and now Alessandra Pagliaro, Italy. Second attempt.
Now you can see here, look at her, the clean was very straightforward. Keeps her energy.
Now, younger sister Alessandra is fired up and ready to go. She senses that she can pip her sister at these major championships.
Well, I think she can. Alessandra now third and final attempt.
Look of determination, stands very well. Oh dear, gone dizzy. What a shame, but better to drop it and get yourself out of the way safely than it is to go down like a ton of bricks. Well, that really is disappointing. Personal best there, I'm fairly short on the clean. Does it really well as well. Hopefully we're going to see this maybe at the World Championships later in the year. Just sitting really heavy on her shoulders, making it very difficult to breathe and get the oxygen in. Oh, she's gone.
So that 90 kilo success there by Jenny gives her a total of 163. She's 2 kilos ahead of her sister. And there you're looking at the clean and jerk rankings at the moment. I was giving you the total detail, but Jenny leading the clean and jerk, was as ever 2 lifters, Andres, Romania, and Ais Michel for France, still to start their campaign. They will be definitely the last 2 out. And Pandova now for Bulgaria. This is an interesting increase here, particularly 48 kilos, to see a lift going from 85 to 93. That's an 8 kilo increase.
Yeah, this is a huge increase for such a light lifter, proportionally to body weight. This is big. I would have to make an assumption that she's probably gone and hit 90 in the warm-up room. Wow, great clean. Oh, it's overhead. Can she steady herself?
Bring the feet in line.
Well, was it moving in the elbows or was it moving in the shoulders? What do the referees think? Well, they failed the lift, 2 to 1.
Very close.
It'd be
very
great to
close.
see this one from in front. Movement in the shoulders, that's okay, that's allowed. Movement in the elbows, not.
Yeah, I need to see really the close-up from the front.
I wonder if we can zoom in on this.
Yeah.
So on the right arm as we're looking at it. Yeah, elbow movement,
Yeah.
shoulder movement, everything movement. Was a big ask, 8 kilos up, not to be. 1 attempt remaining. Yeah, good decision from the referees.
Only 1 minute.
She celebrated as if she had it, and that's the right thing to do as a lifter.
It wasn't that far away.
It wasn't, and to be fair, she was moving all over the place. She may not have felt that. Well, the eyes are on the jury and the referees this time.
But, you know, she's got a crack at it, so she really needs to get the clean with the greatest of economy now, because the petrol in the tank is running out rapidly.
She does, but what's happened, as we saw previously, is another lifter was called. They decided to go up. Andreas of Romania is the lifter, or the coach that has called, made that call. That's thrown the clock straight back to Pandava. No time to recover, so she's decided to go up another kilo as well and try and stay with the party.
So Andres, already the gold medal from the snatch in the first half of the competition, bringing forward 79 kilos. That's only a kilo ahead of the French athlete, who will presumably get underway pretty soon.
heavy off the floor. Great explosion. Nice overhead. Well, if you want to understand what it means to lift dynamically, that was it. I'm talking about making an impression on that platform, landing with force, landing on flat feet. She doesn't lift her feet very high, but she does land in a solid position. And likewise on the jerk, big drive, solid receiving position.
And we're only a couple of kilos, Michaela, short of double body weight. So Jenny, 94 kilos.
Oh dear, nowhere near. If you can't drive it any higher, you've got to split that bit wider. Just not clicking today for Jenny.
Just wonder what was in her mind and the coaches' minds, you know, when they were preparing for this, or whether she's had some setback which we are not aware of.
She may have had an injury.
Pandava with some purpose onto the stage.
That huge 8-kilo increase that she just missed. Coaches, I believe, did the right thing and put her up another kilo to give her some time to recover.
Hey, 9 kilos, big ask, really big ask.
Does well.
Come on.
Well, the referee's content this time again was their movement in that right arm.
I was pretty confident she was going to get 3 white lights there.
She's got it, 3 white lights. We'd like to see the replay though. You can see the celebration, 94 kilos. Well, that was a big lift, a personal best by a kilo, and a huge increase. Watch the left arm as we look at it. Stand by what I saw movement, but she's got the lift. What I think is absolutely irrelevant.
Up into overall silver. And that's a heck of an improvement when you consider that she bombed out on 3 clean jerks and, you know, end of November, December. So there's a psychological thing to get over as well.
That might be why she started light.
So Anaïs Michel to open her account at 96 kilos. Now she's chasing Andres, who was a kilo ahead of her.
Therefore, she needs 2 kilos more on the clean and jerk, and that is the weight she's opted for. This will put her up into the lead. Very deliberate dip. I'd like to see that from the side, because I think as she dipped, she let her backside drift out behind. She seems to be having a few technical issues here at these championships. Nonetheless, safely in the competition.
And safely into the lead.
That's right, stands up with no problem at all. Quite keen to see the hip position from the side if we can. As she dips, we want the body to stay straight. I think the hips go back slightly. Here we go, there. And that's going to send everything forward. She needs to be careful on her next 2 attempts.
But she leads ahead of Elena, who's now on stage. Now she leads by a kilo, but Elena's put the bar up by 4 kilos here to look for 177 as the total, and obviously regain the edge in the clean and jerk.
This will cause some damage if successful.
She's a powerful wee thing.
Huge lift here, double body weight, comfortably overhead. Now, when you start hitting double body weight,
yeah.
I think she's saying to the coach, where's my belt?
Yeah, and this is where weightlifting turns from being a chess game into a poker game.
Yes, it does. So she took a bit of a gamble, increased between first and second by 4 kilos. This means now that if Anaïs Michel wants a chance of defending her title, she has to go to 100 kilos.
Yeah, and that's her personal best.
Well, this is really going to challenge the French girl, because up to now she has not impressed me as much in her technical department. Big test, big questions about to be asked.
Yeah, she's just not quite as sharp, Anaïs.
I think we've got a problem on the platform, David.
Yeah.
Lack of communication between the loaders.
Yes.
Just lift it as it is,
Yes.
guys. Come on, it's good. The bar's actually loaded to the correct weight, but on one end we've got a 25 and a 15 in collar. On the other end we've got 25, 10, 5 in collar. So just a moment hold up while the loaders sort themselves out. If that were my lifters right now, I'd say just get on there, let's go.
Yeah, but you're just cruel.
It's a psychological game, isn't it?
Okay, fingers crossed. We'd like this to go the distance, and the only way it's going to go the distance is if Anais here lifts this up. 30 years of age, so more experience than anyone else in this competition. This for a kilo advantage overall.
Very, very short on the extension. Has the legs, though. Ooh, did you see that? Drop the elbows as she dipped. That combined with the hips going backwards.
Конкурс прогнозов будет у нас сейчас, нет? Прибавит больше сторона. Некуда, мне кажется, прибавлять уже. Нужно
здесь
толкать.
Я думаю, если она прибавит, то румынка тоже прибавит. Нет, смотри.
Нет.
Елена Рамона решила выйти. Если она поднимет 100, то, получается, нужно будет на 2 килограмма еще больше поднимать Мишель Ане, то есть 102 идти. Опа, неожиданно.
Это личный рекорд Елены. Нигде она не показывала таких килограммов.
И, наверное, это самый легкий подход был из всех 3, которые выполняла румынка. Взятие на грудь вставания просто легчайшее.
В стиле Олега Перепеченного.
Да.
Ну что же, кульминация сегодняшнего дня. Смотрим, последняя попытка, заключительная попытка Мишель Анет на 102 килограмма.
Подход на победу.
Тяжеловато лежит. Ах. Ну, было так близко. При таком тяжелейшем вставании до конца боролась француженка. Но чемпионом Европы становится сегодня не она.
Да, не получилось титул сохранить за собой. Как-то с самого начала не задалось. Да? Первый подход в рывке неудачный. У нас новая страна появляется в числе стран-победителей в легкой весовой категории у женщин, самой легкой.
Ну, пожалуй, да. Открываем последние, так, лет 10. Франция, Турция, Италия, Польша, Турция, Испания, Россия, Светлана Ульянова, 2005 год, Болгария и так далее.
Ну, а сегодняшний день на ваших экранах пока это второе упражнение, толчок, 100 килограммов, Елена Рамона, Румыния, Мишель Ане, Франция, 96, и Даниэла Пандова, Болгария, 94 килограмма. А это сумма двоеборья. Здесь точно так же расположились спортсменки. Итальянки 4-5 места.